We are here with Coach Ali Smith of the Gadsden City Titans with our first episode of the season of the Ali Smith Show, sponsored by the Kia stores of Gadsden and Rainbow City. Coach Smith, you guys coming off a 34-0 win last week against Etowah. Talk to us a little bit about that win. Wasn't the prettiest of wins, but you guys ended up getting it done.
Hey, I'll tell you what a guy said earlier today, a win is a win, but it definitely wasn't pretty. But it's exciting for the kids, getting to play against a lot of their dear friends and competitors from Little League to middle school to high school. So that's an opportunity for the community with a little bragging rights and different things. But it definitely wasn't a pretty win for us. A lot of things to clean up, but we were pleased to get it done.
That's good. I noticed the offense, man. They came out clicking pretty quick. CJ was moving the ball pretty well. Luke was throwing the ball pretty well. Kamari was making some pretty good catches. Talk to us about your offense last week.
Well, we wanted to be balanced. We wanted to control the clock. We wanted to make the guys. We felt like we got a pretty good group of playmakers, and we wanted them to take a lot of pressure off our young quarterback and try to establish the run early and move the chains and stay ahead of the chain. We had one incident, twice we were behind the chains on first down, but we wanted to stay ahead of the chains where we didn't have to ask him to make a lot of plays with his arm early in the ball game.
Right. Speaking of your quarterback, he ended up being our player of the week this past week. He played a pretty solid game. He was 17-23, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. No turnovers, which is always a plus. Talk to us about Luke and how he has stepped up to the role of being your starting quarterback.
Well, he dedicated himself this past offseason. He wanted to be the guy. He fell in love with the sport, with the position, and he's worked his tail off, so he got the opportunity to be our guy. He played a really good, clean football game the other night. He didn't press the ball. He didn't force anything. And he got us in some good plays that we let him. A matter of fact, he made some checks of his own. And so we were pleased with that. And he needs to get better every week. Film study has done a pretty good job this week of that. But he's got to know that every week he's got to stay in the film to get better every week. But we like where he's at right now.
That's good. It was hard to decide who our player of the week was going to be because you had several guys make some big plays Friday night. Let's switch sides and go to the defense side of the ball. Your defense pitched a shutout, second year in a row. You shut that ball out. You got some playmakers all over that defense. Talk to us about the defense and some of those guys on the defense.
Well, we want to be an attacking defense and get after people. And that front four guys with Jackson Veazey, Sam Horton, Elijah Taylor, and Isaiah Taylor, and Aaron Richard. Those guys, they all have been 3-4 year starters for us, and so those guys are experienced, and they got to be the callous and curious in the early part of the season until the young guys get a little more experience. Even on the back end with Rodney Johnson and those guys right there, Kelsey Smith and all those guys, they got a lot of game experience. So we expect big things out of them, but we got to keep swarming to the ball. We got to clean some things up. We shut them out, but we had a lot of bursts on that side of the ball. So we got to get back. We got to be a lot better this week.
Okay. Going into this week, you got Fort Payne coming up in another non-region game. Fort Payne is always a tough opponent. They're always big and they're physical. Talk to us about what you've seen on film from Fort Payne.
Well, I tell you what, that offensive line is big and they gritty, and our guys got to understand that they got to be ready to be physical. We are telling our guys going up there, they're going to hit us in the mouth, and we know that. And they're very well coached, and they have some guys that can take the top off on the offensive side. They got 2 guys that they get the ball out, they can flat out run. And we got to be in good position. And defensively, we got to be able to control the ball again and also pick up their blitzes and stuff. They like to do a lot of man and zone blitzing. So we got to be able to control that and not let's just let guys run through free.
Oh, yeah. We've had some of you guys on our Monday night show, and one thing that they mention every week is playing one game at a time and changing the culture at Gadsden City. Talk to us about some of those things that you've done to change that culture, because it seems like they're buying in. Because the last 2 weeks they've mentioned that changing the culture.
Well, the thing is, and we talk about changing the culture. We change the culture in terms of the mental part of it. I've said this over the last couple of years to you and a lot of other people that we have players. We know that, but we got to get back to being mentally tough as well as physically tough, and that's where we think we've lost our way a little bit. We have to play teams and not to name our teams and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that they're talking about, where we can stay focused and being locked in every week on what we or the task at hand of the team that we're playing, and play the team and not the name of the team. So that's what they're talking about.
Right. Before we close this out, one thing I noticed, and I think a lot of people noticed, was the environment at Titan Stadium Friday night. Man, when I walked in the door, the student section they about ran me over. Hey, they were pumped up, they were ready to go. Talk to us. There's a lot of excitement, I guess, what I'm trying to say around the team this year. Talk to us about how that affects you guys on the field, knowing you've got that kind of support behind you every Friday night.
Well, we appreciate it and we need it, and hopefully we can keep getting better every week, and the excitement will grow every week, and we make a run, and next time, and we be out here in the winter months, late fall, and getting in here where it's kind of chilly out when we do these shows. And so that's the goal. Let's just get better every week and take it and let the excitement grow with our middle school, our youth league, and the student bodies in the school and all that. So that's what we want to do. We want to get this program and get the excitement back around Gadsden football.
Yeah, I definitely saw it, and I actually challenged the student section. I'm gonna put it on camera. I challenged them for that Hoover game to pack that whole entire section out that they were sitting in Friday night. So we'll see what they do when you come back on for Hoover.
Well, I hope they pack it out at Fort Payne, and I would like for them to pack it out at Oak Mountain and everywhere else we go. They get on the road with us, and man, it don't go unnoticed, and we appreciate them. And a lot of them come up and talk to us quite regularly about what they can do to help be a part, and they know we want to. So we appreciate them, student body, definitely.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they are going to travel to Fort Payne. They did tell me that too when I talked to them, and I'm excited for you guys this year. Again, congratulations on a great win, and we appreciate you sitting in with us, Coach.
Yes, sir. Hey, go Titans.
All right. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you guys next week.